Hi, and thanks so much for joining me. Today we are talking about a new brow product by SHU UEMURA, and I love their brow products. I use their brow ink every day, and I've tried a few more products. In fact, I've tried quite a few brow products across the board. I'll insert a picture of the things that I've tried. I always get excited when there's something new on the market to try because I have some sparse eyebrows. I pluck them a lot, and it was that Chrissy Turlington really fine brow. So ever since probably 10 years ago, I've tried to grow them back in. So this is where they are at this point, and that's probably as good as I'm gonna get it for now. But I do have some areas to fill in. Anytime I see a product come by that looks like it will solve some of the issues I'm looking for, I will try it. And SHU UEMURA has a great color match for me. I used ash brown in the brow ink. It's a very cool color, so if you have coloring like me, you're gonna wanna look at a cooler color that kind of goes with the rest of your hair on your head and on your eyebrows. This is what it says about the brow comb. It says it's a unique comb type applicator for precise control and buildable color payoff. It's lightweight and creates a clean finish while providing natural shine on hair even in one stroke. It doesn't smudge, rub off, or flake, and I love that because there have been so many times where I've gone like this and then half my eyebrow is gone. So it's important that it stays all day. And it also says that it resists sweat and sebum. I know some of the products that are out there interact with the oils on your skin to actually work better. So hopefully it's one of those things, and it says comfortable to wear all day long. There are 3 colors: ash brown, palm brown, which is a more warm brown color. There's also almond glaze, which looks like it's kind of in between. I bought mine off the SHU UEMURA website. I know that they've been advertising on Instagram, looking like it's going to launch, so I'm not sure where they're advertising that, but at least in the US, I was able to order off the website. There was a question on my Instagram too where I ordered it from, so yes, it was the US SHU UEMURA website. SHU UEMURA is kind of a pioneer when it comes to brow products. They've been doing this for a long time, and I have been using brow products before there were even really many on the market. I was using mustache wax in the 90s to tame my brows. So that's how long I've been paying attention to eyebrows and looking at things on the market. So thought I'd give this a try. We'll see how it goes. As you can see, I've got almost all of my makeup on. Really, brows are the only thing that are left, so you can see what an impact they make depending on if you actually do your brows or don't do your brows. In my case, I don't have very many brow hairs. Now, my typical routine, if you haven't seen this before, is I start with the SHU UEMURA brow ink to set down a base. Then I'll follow with the Dior brow styler in 002. This is Universal Dark Brown. And then I finish up with the Glossier Boy Brow in brown. I don't know much about this product, and it really didn't come with much in terms of directions. So let's just see. I'm very curious. All right, so it has these weird like silicone type combs on them. So it's got 9 of these little bristles on there. They're flexible. And then what's happening down here? I don't know. I think you twist this. I'm afraid it's just gonna all come out. What's supposed to be happening here? Okay, so some of it just came out. It looks like, okay, it looks very much like the brow ink. It looks very similar. So let's see, this is the brow ink. And I've got this in ash brown, and they are the same color because I think this is ash brown too, pretty sure. Is that what I got? Yes, they are both in ash brown. It's now come up through the middle. There's a hole, and I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a try. See how it goes. So I'm doing quick little just strokes on here to apply it. It's going on really well on this front part of my brow, which is where I need to fill in the most. And I do like to put my brow products on after powder if possible, simply because when I add powder on top of brow products, then it mattifies them and then it doesn't look like hair anymore. It looks too matte. If I do that though, I'll go over my brows again with the Glossier Boy Brow to bring back some of that shine. I like how it is applying on the front side, closer to my nose, but on the tail end it's a little tricky. Maybe it's just going to take practice because I like it pretty narrow on the end because my hair is very sparse there and I don't want it to look too thick. Let's go ahead to the other side. Now one thing I'm noticing that this is helping me do is to keep the width of the brow, or the height, from here to here more even. Sometimes I can get a little bit uneven with my brows just because they're uneven anyway, but I end up putting more on the right side than on the left. Looks like it has a bit of reflective quality that's different than the actual brow ink that I usually use. I'm liking how it does have those little silicone bristles on it to break up the product, because when I set down the brow ink, it's really flat and even and I go in with a comb anyway, so this kind of takes care of combing through them at the same time, which I like. I also have an issue, I sometimes make this too angular. It ends up more angular on the right side than on the left. And I know this looks like it's a pretty harsh angle, but because of the shape of the bristles, it's kind of an oval shape, you get a softer edge on that. It's a bit sticky feeling too. Although the brow ink is a little sticky feeling too. Definitely feels like it's setting them, like there is something adhesive in there that is setting the brows flat. I definitely could do this in one step if I'm just going out for the day. I think it's probably quicker than going through the 3 steps that I normally do, so I like that for convenience. And this is a much cleaner application than the brow ink. This brow ink product, since it's a brush, is a little bit more difficult to use. You kind of have to make sure you have the right amount. Sometimes it's too much, sometimes it's not enough. And then the brush gives you room for flexibility. This restricts you a little bit more, but helps to make things more even. So if you're just starting with your brows, I would recommend this one over the brow ink. That was pretty easy, and I think that I would be definitely, where's the cap to this? Did I lose it already? That's a brow ink, and I would definitely be comfortable wearing this, just like this, out every day. And I think that that is a nice solution to my 3-step process, and I'll cut down on time, definitely. But since this is a video and I want to compare how this normally looks to other videos, I'm going to go ahead and finish up with the other steps and see how that goes as well. I'm going to go in with my DIOR Brow Styler. I'm noticing that yes, the brows have been set against my skin, but I prefer the brows to have a more 3-dimensional effect. So I'm going to go in with the Boy Brow by Glossier, and I'm going against the grain. It's a little bit harder, I'm noticing, to lift them away from the skin. I'm going to have to go in with this spoolie and break that up a little bit. So that's one thing I'm not liking about this, is that it's pressing the hair against my face. Now if you want that control, then this is a good product. But it's also, it's removing particles of the substance as I go along. Okay. I think these will keep your brows really tamed if you have untamed eyebrows. Mine are pretty sparse, so they'll kind of do whatever I want except for a couple hairs on the right side. So maybe I want to do this before it sets next time. But you can get a really sleek kind of look if that's what you're going for with the brow comb. Okay, I'm going to touch up the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. I'll be pretty active and then let you know how it kind of wears throughout the day. And we are checking in after about 4.5, 5 hours. I've been busy cleaning the house. Let's see what I do. I made lunch, I ate lunch, I made dinner for this evening. I did laundry, cleaned floors, cleaned sinks. Some fun stuff, but it's been hot. I forgot to turn the air conditioning back on after I was done filming the first part, and I was wondering why it was getting so hot. So it got pretty warm in here, and I did work up a little bit of a sweat here. I powdered since then, otherwise I'd be super, super shiny, and just put some lipstick on. But other than that, I haven't touched my brows. I did look at them. Let me look at them again. I have to say that they held pretty well. I mean, almost too well. I've got to play around and see how to get them to stay in the shape I want them to without sticking too much to my skin. But this side usually has a problem. I don't know if you've noticed, but when the hair when my hair on my head touches my eyebrow, it'll start to drag this hair down, and it's not dragged down nearly as far as it usually is at the end of the day, so that's good. The claims are that it doesn't smudge, rub off, or flake, nor flake, and it hasn't done that. It hasn't broken apart. Some other brow products I have, you'll see it start to break apart, especially if it's hot and you get sweaty. So that was a nice thing. It does look very similar to how it was when I initially applied it. Yeah, I'm really impressed with how this performed this first go around. I think what I'd like to do is try this just as my everyday product. And if you're wondering randomly, yes, I did change. I'm in a house dress or a duster, and it is beautifully embroidered for a house dress. I think this is the one I asked my grandmother when she was still alive to get made for me when I visited. So it's a little bit small now, but I still like to wear it. And for final thoughts, that was totally random, but for final thoughts, I like this. I like it a lot. I think the color match was really great for me. I'm going to continue wearing this every day and see how it goes. I mean, you're definitely going to be able to take some of it off if you really go in and put a lot of pressure, but I mean, it's pretty much staying put. So I just think I created a hole right there. It's going to come off more, like right here, the less hair you have, because you're just rubbing it off your skin. But until I did that, it was in really good shape. So let's put a little bit more on. Let's see if we can reapply this well or easily. This is kind of a nice thing to have as a touch-up too, because to go through my entire brow routine just to touch something up can be a little bit involved. So this is really nice as something that you can take with you in your bag if you need to touch up during the day. But you shouldn't have to. I mean, until I really start rubbing to take the product off, I didn't have a problem. Okay, so I just twisted it, I don't know, did that click about 5 times, and it filled up the entire length between the bottom and the top of the bristles. So just know that once you get the clicks going, it's going to come out pretty easily. So just be conservative about how many times you twist this up. Final thoughts, if you are considering a new brow product and you're looking for something a little bit different, I haven't seen anything else like this on the market, so I would definitely give this a try. I liked the longevity of it. It did not rub, didn't break apart. It got pretty warm in here and I got kind of sweaty, so definitely doesn't rub off as easily as some other products I've tried. So look into the colors. Again, I got ash brown, really nice cool color, almost like a grayish tinge to it. It does have some reflective quality to it, but that's okay. I think that when you want your eyebrows to look more real, then it has a little bit of reflective quality about it. They're not totally matte. So if you learned something from this video, if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks! Talking about a new brow product. What is wrong with my hair?